中島さんは今何をおっしゃいと言いますか。あなた遅いです。
The next movie is Winter's Tale. Now, if you're looking for a specific love story about the winter or whatever, this is not it. This is an Art Nouveau or Art Deco type of film. I don't know how to describe it other than if you like Andy Warhol, you'll probably like this film a lot. It is not, as the critics say, a love movie about a gangster in New York and this guy goes through time. This is a movie that takes place in an alternate universe because this child is placed in a boat by his immigrant parents who are being sent home. So he's dropped off in this toy boat in New York Harbor where he's found by a Aboriginal, what people Americans call Indians. He's found by this member of the First Nations, and he's raised by this guy, but his upbringing is taken over by this demon. Impersonates the image of a mob boss, and he's raised to be evil and to be a thief and everything, but somehow along the way he breaks off from this demon and goes his own way, and then the demon starts hunting him down, wanting to kill him. But Satan prevents the demon mob boss from going into certain areas of town as punishment. Doesn't really explain why. Satan apparently lives in this church as well, which is really weird, and eventually escapes on a Pegasus, the white horse with the wings from mythology, and the horse guides him to this house that he should break into, and he breaks in. There's this girl there, and she's dying of some type of lung disease. So he falls in love with her immediately. She likes him, and they're together, and the demon mob boss shows up. He hires a fallen angel, an angel that wanted to be human, not an angel. He hires him because he owes this demon a favor of some type, and it has to be paid, so the fallen angel poisons a girl and kills her. And the demon and his gang follow our hero up to the Brooklyn Bridge, and they have this battle, and Pegasus for some reason gets caught in a net that the gang throws over the Pegasus, but the guy gets the Pegasus out, and then the horse flies off to its safety, and he's thrown over the, or he either jumps, or I can't remember, but he either jumps or throws himself over the bridge and into the New York Harbor. And they don't see him anymore, so the demon boss thinks he's dead, and he washes up along the shore, and he gets up and he walks towards the graveyard where the girl was buried just about an hour previous to the attack. And they just show a collage of time going by. This guy doesn't die, he stays alive. Time goes by to modern New York. He doesn't know who he is or what he's doing, and then all of a sudden 100 years passes. Is now about 2015, no, it's around 2005 I believe, or 2008, somewhere around there, and he suddenly awakens to get some of his memory back, and so that he spends the rest of the movie trying to figure out who he is and what his mission is, and he's wondering about this girl that he'd fallen in love with, what happened to her, and did she follow him, and no, she didn't, she's still dead. And then he meets up with this other girl who has a daughter who has a look that's in a painting that he's seen that was put together by the demon mob boss years previously. The demon mob boss realizes this guy's still alive. He asks Satan for permission to go into the other part of New York to track him down and kill him. Instead he kills the daughter of the girl that, you see what I mean? He kills the daughter of the girl that he had just met. And she's a redhead like the girl he had fallen in love with. So he picks her up. The demon mob boss poisons the girl. She's dying. I think she's dead. He picks her up, takes her to this gazebo in this house that the previously red-haired woman used to live in. He puts her in the gazebo because apparently it's a magic gazebo, and if you lay down in the bed and you come back alive to life again, the little girl wakes up again. She's alive. She goes back to her mother. And he apparently decides to go up in heaven to join up with the red-haired woman that he fell in love with 100 years ago, and she's apparently a star now, and he goes up to heaven in form of a star and joins up with her, etc. And it shows them dancing around the Big Dipper as stars. And anyway, you see what I mean? That this is it's a movie for people who are heavy into the arts, like differences, like creative art. This is not a straightforward love story in any way, shape, or form possible. This is just an artistic movie based upon a book. You know, a romance book, I guess, written some time ago. I don't recommend this movie at all unless you're into graffiti or some type of goth-like storyline, because you won't enjoy it. You won't even be able to sit through it. In fact, 3 people eventually got up and walked out. Low audience turnout as well. The critics didn't like it, but the critics don't see it as being an artistic piece that it was actually meant to be. It is, yeah, I would say it was probably more or less a goth story. So if you're into goth stories, this is a good movie for you to watch. If you're into Andy Warhol type of, or Art Nouveau or Art Deco type of style, then this is the movie to watch. But other than that, just avoid it because you're wasting your time. You will not like it. And that's it.